All I wanna do is, oh yeah, yeah. All I wanna do is, oh yeah, you, baby.
Welcome, ladies, gents, and souls enthusiasts around the world. I want to welcome you back to my Pro Tips Volume 4 edition. And just as I promised, I'm going to show you where to get this behemoth of a gun in Bloodborne. Also, I'm going to lay 4 other tips on you because I always like to do 5 tips. That's just my thing. So, let's just roll with the punches. Uh, Tip number 5 is the location. So, that's going to be the very last tip. So, we'll just start at tip number 1, which is firearms in itself and how they are linked to your stats. Firearms are linked to the blood tinge stat. So if you want to do basically a firearms build where you use basically firearms instead of using magic or arcane, then that's the stat you're going to want to pump all of your points into. I haven't run into many guns that take a high amount, but they do scale with blood tinge. So that goes to stat number 2. Most all weapons scale with their main stats, and that's going to be strength, or skill, and arcane. So this is generally for all weapons that I've seen so far in the game. All weapons that I've seen so far in the game. So whether it's a great sword or whether it's a cane that you start with at the beginning or it's Kurt's hammer, it doesn't matter. They all scale with their main stat, which is going to be skill or strength, or skill and strength, and it also scales with arcane. So you're going to have that extra boost if if you want to use like a straight weapons build where you're not worried about using items, or you're not worried about using well, if you're not worried about using guns, because on my character my blood tinge stat is really low. It's almost basic at the beginning. I barely can wield the cannon, which takes 9 blood tinge to wield, but it also takes 30 strength to wield. So just bear that in mind. If you're going to use this cannon, your character is basically going to be built around strength. And even though you can get to this area at the beginning of the game, the area is called the Forbidden Woods. Oh, yeah. See, look at that cannon, man. It does massive damage like no other gun. And also, it takes 10 of your shots per use. 10 shots per use. Keep that in mind when you're using the cannon. It takes 10 shots. But one way to get around that is to press up on the D-pad if you have a lot of blood vials. And it'll take some of your health, but it'll give you 5 extra bullets every time you do it, giving you an optimal use of the cannon, being as you can use it 4 times without getting any extra bullets. Okay, that goes on to number 3, and I learned this the hard way. When you finally do find the cannon, it will be available for purchase in the Hunter's Dream, right? And the messengers will sell it, and it costs 18,000 echoes. And at the beginning of the game, that is a lot. I mean, a lot. And so what you will do with the tip number 3 is items can't be shared, unfortunately. I tried to drop it on the ground for one of my friends. I got 2 of them. Dropped one on the ground for him after I leveled it up to +6. It was doing massive damage, like 400 or 500 damage, and that's great for a gun, for a firearm. We all know the base starting weapons that you use, like the blunderbuss, will have like 25 or 27 damage. So think of the cannon does 400 or 500 damage at +6. My blunderbuss only does 36 damage at +6. So that just goes to show you the massive difference. So items cannot be shared, period. From what I've seen, I've tried to share items, I've tried to share weapons, I've tried to share clothing. If you try to put it down, it is just going to discard the item and you'll no longer have it. You will not have it anymore. Even though most items will be available for purchase, again, you just won't have it. Okay, and that goes on to tip number 4. There is, to me, from what I've seen, no equipment burden. So for all you Souls players out there, where we're used to building around a certain armor set that we were going to use, whether it be Havel's, the Paladin armor, whether it be cosplaying as Lord Gwyn, it doesn't matter in this one. Wear what you want. So far from what I've seen, wear what you want. Straight fashion souls it out, mix and match, make your character look as cool as you want. Me personally, I use the Henrik's armor just because I haven't seen a single person with it on yet, except for me, and I've done a ton of multiplayer. I mean, I'm in this game, has to be over 70 hours already, probably more than that. But it's just because I'm trying to get everything I can out of my first playthrough, looking in every nook and cranny. I haven't gone online to look up any guides or anything like that. So I'm doing this all off of gameplay, just straight up figuring it out myself and with the help of my friends online when we play together. So remember, there's no equipment burden. Okay, so we're right here. When you come in this room at the end, this is tip 5, the cannon location. We finally made it. When you come in this room, you're gonna jump down. There's gonna be a werewolf, with a, I don't know, he has a rake or some shit. You just repulse him. It's easy. Well, it's easy to me. If it's at the beginning of the game, you're gonna want to watch out because he might one shot you. But there's gonna be a lady in here ringing the bell if it's your first time in the area. So just the route that I took, go back through the gameplay and look at it. You can mute me if you need to. Just look at it, and just follow it all the way down here. You can get it pretty early in the game from what I found out. As far as me, I got it when I was basically like maybe level 25 or 30. I wasn't really high yet. So please like, subscribe, and if you guys have any videos that you want to see me make or questions about either the Soul series or the Bloodborne series, then just shoot them in the comments. Until next time, Mbasa.